Grandma, are you home?
Come in, dear, I said, doing my best to sound like an old woman. I watched my beloved prey enter through the door, her delicious body concealed by her lovely red hood. Soon, my little darling, I would finally have you all to myself. She walks by me and places her basket on a table in front of the fireplace. My mouth begins to water as my stomach growls. She's a lovely little girl with pale skin and black hair, just the way I like them. These kinds of girls were always my favorite to pick on, and they were also so easy to manipulate. I've hunted many young girls before. I've stalked blonde nobles, red-headed farm girls, and even a few brown-haired church girls. With that said, none of them were quite like her. This one was by far the most beautiful of my prey, and she was also, without a doubt, the most naive.
Are you feeling better yet, Grandma?
The way she had called me Grandma was so cute that it makes it even harder for me not to laugh.
Oh, I'm afraid not, my dear,
I said, keeping my voice low and doing my best to sound sick. I couldn't wait to feel her soft flesh ripped apart by my sharp teeth. I can already taste her inside my mouth. For a long time now, this moment was all I could think of. I've been planning this for the last few months after all. I spent all my time studying her as she walked through my woods. I could have easily gotten her any time, but where's the fun in that? I love to play with my prey, and I enjoy a good game too. Thankfully, she isn't a very bright girl. When I had greeted her earlier, I was actually able to get her to tell me where her grandma's house is. She made this all too easy for me. Seeing her stupidity only made me want to play with her even more. I wanted to see how far I could take this before I would do to her as I did to all the others. I thought about some of my past prey and how I made them all scream. Each one of their dying cries within my jaws was like their own individual singing voice to me. What beautiful blood-curdling sound would this stupid girl make for me when I would jump her? She gives me a happy, innocent smile.
You know, I've been really looking forward to this day for some time now, Grandma.
So have I, my dear. I've been looking forward to ripping your lovely little throat out, you stupid whore. So have I.
I brought you some pie. Would you like some?
No thanks, my dear. It's not the pie I'll be eating up soon.
Why don't you come just a little closer to me?
This is it. She's coming over to sit with me, and now we can spend her last moments with each other. Wow. Me and her in this bed together. I can't believe that I'm this close to her at last. I can smell her sweet heavenly fragrance. I could kill this little idiot right now. No. Let me wait for a moment. I'm going to have a little more fun with her first. If only she knew how hard I'm trying to keep a straight face right now. Her own eyes grow a little wider, clearly a sign of curiosity.
Grandma, what big eyes you have.
My God. This has got to be the dumbest girl I've ever stalked. I admit it, I do have lovely eyes, but really? She really can't tell me apart from her own grandmother? I think I'm going to be doing that old lady a favor by killing off such an ungrateful child. But I'm not complaining at all. Oh no. No. I only grow more eager as her moment of doom comes closer. All the better to see you with, my dear. She even started to remove her lovely red hood to become more comfortable with me. The irony is so hilarious.
Grandma, what big ears you have.
Come to think of it, where is her grandma anyway? I was expecting to find an old crone here and was preparing to kill her too. Instead, I found the place was completely empty. All the better to... Before I could finish my sentence, the girl suddenly swings her arm, pulling out something she had hidden beneath her red clothing. Something large and heavy smacks into the side of my head. I hear a large thud, feel a burst of pain against my skull, and then I black out. I slowly open my eyes, and as my vision comes into focus, I can see her at the table. Her back is facing me, and I can tell from the windows that night has fallen. The fireplace was now burning, creating a dim atmosphere to the room. There was now a large pot boiling up something over the fire. My head is still throbbing with pain from whatever it was that hit me. I'm still lying on the bed with my head and the left front paw hanging off the edge. I can see lying on the floor a large steel hammer. Did she hit me with that? Oh, that little tramp was gonna get it now. I try to get up to attack her, but something's horribly wrong. I can't move. My body feels so numb and I can barely even shake. What's going on? As I try to move, I start to feel intense pain all over me. I try to scream, but my jaws is tied shut. All I'm able to do is give a weak whimper. I can see my prey turning around to face me. She had made herself some kind of stew that has a very familiar smell to it. She's walking over to me now, with a bowl and spoon. A wide grin is stretched across her pretty face, and she begins to laugh at me. A sick feeling overtakes me as I start breathing heavily and begin to tremble.
Did you really think I was that dumb?
Her icy voice is clearly amused by my discomfort. Something about that sends a shiver up my spine.
This isn't my grandma's house, you stupid dog. It's mine.
She gets down on her knees so that her soulless eyes can look right into my own. With one hand, she held her bowl, and with the other, she began to pet my head. Her touch makes my skin want to crawl.
You see, sir, I wanted you to follow me. I was hungry too.
With those words, I suddenly realize why I can't move. I turn my head back to look down at my own body. Oh my God, I have only one limb left. I begin to scream through my muzzle and shake violently, not caring about the pain anymore. The girl just let loose a playful little laugh at my misery.
Grandma, please calm down. You need to rest if you want to feel better.
She was calmly eating her stew as I started to cry. My tear-filled eyes dart around the room in pure panic. At first, I didn't notice it because of the lightning, but now I see that red was everywhere. The whole room was now stained in red. She went back to the table to put her stool down. I now begin to recognize that scent that's coming from it. It's my own. She slowly picks up a large butcher knife and turns her gaze back to me. I try shouting at her, even if I'm unable to speak. Even if I can't get the words out, I desperately try to say something. A threat, a plea for forgiveness or bargain, anything. Anything to stop this. But nothing is coming out, but a few moaning sounds. My prey is slowly walking back to me, humming a cheerful tune as she does. In my mind, I'm screaming, "Stay away from me, I'm sorry. Please let me go." Somehow, I get the feeling that even if I could say any of these things, it would make little difference anyway. God help me. She's now standing over me. "I'm still hungry. I think I'll help myself to some more if you don't mind." She grabs my last paw so tight that I can feel her fingers digging into my flesh. I frantically try to break away from her cold grip while I let loose a blood-curdling sound the whole time. She just kept smiling as she slowly brought the blade down on me.